Hi everyone, welcome to Rachel Pichler Yoga. If we haven't met before, my name is Rachel. Today we're doing a nice full body flow. I'm going to use my block a little bit today, but you are really going to need just a little bit of space to move, and let's get started. So let's begin today in just a nice comfy seat, and if you've got a block to use today, you could either sit on it right now or just move it off to the side. But once you're in a seated position, you can bring your hands maybe to your knees or to your lap. Close your eyes and take a deep breath in. Lengthen through your spine and a deep breath out. Let your shoulders fall from your ears. Take another deep breath in and out. And one more really big inhale. And as you exhale, let your chin fall down towards your collarbone. Take an inhale and roll your head towards your right shoulder. And exhale, bring it back down. Let the inhale roll your head to the other side. And exhale, bring it back down. One more inhale, roll your head to the right. And exhale, bring it back. Inhale, roll your head to the left. And exhale, bring it back. Nice, you guys. Let an inhale lift your chin now. Back to a neutral place. You can also start to open up your eyes. And if you want to add a shoulder roll, roll your shoulders back and down. And then let's make our way into tabletop. Onto our hands and knees. And then I want you to bring your knees out wide. You can start with your big toes together, but we're just going to be encouraging our hips back towards our heels so you can keep your chest lifted. You might push into your palms or maybe just the fingertips, but we just want to send our hips back towards our heels. So if you're good here, you feel the love through your hips, you can stay. But if you want more, you might widen your feet. And then send your hips back again. And if you want more, you might widen your feet even more so your toes are pointing away from you. Send your hips back towards your heels. And then once you've found the love through your hips, maybe you're already there, you can start to let your chest get heavy. Maybe your forehead can come all the way down. And then you can slowly start to lift back up. Your hips can lift up off of those heels. You can plant your palms, bring your knees in, set up your tabletop again. Rock your hips side to side, maybe once or twice. Tuck your toes under. Take a deep inhale and exhale. As you lift up into downward facing dog, push into your palms. Let your hips go high, high, high. Let your head be heavy and maybe pedal your feet a few times, trying to drop your heels just a little closer towards your mat. Take a deep breath in, a deep breath out, and then use an inhale to look forwards. Exhale, you walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale to come all the way up to standing. Reach up, maybe look up, and exhale, lower your arms to your sides with the option to add a shoulder roll in. Big inhale to reach up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step back into downward facing dog. Pushing into your palms to send your hips higher, to let your chest get heavier. Nice job, you guys. Let's walk our feet together. And then inhale your right foot up as high as you can. Maybe turn your belly button to the right side. Maybe bend your right knee. Open up. Look to the right even. Maybe feel the love through your hip. Try to drop your left heel towards your mat a little more. Take another inhale with your right leg lifted and let the exhale bring your foot down. Next to the left one, inhale. Your left foot up as high as you can. Maybe turn your belly button. Maybe look to the left too. Maybe bend your knee. Push into your palms. Three-legged dog. One more inhale. Exhale. Lower your left foot down. Take an inhale to look forwards and exhale as you walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Go for a nice long spine. Exhale to fold forwards. Inhale all the way up to standing. Reach up. Maybe look up. And exhale, lower your arms to your sides. Big inhale, reaching up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands. Step back into downward dog with your feet hip-width apart. Inhale, shift your weight forwards into your plank. Maybe lower to your knees. Exhale, bend your elbows. Lower onto your tummy or chaturanga. Inhale, lift your chest, cobra, or up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Nice job, you guys. Use an inhale to look forwards again. Exhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, let's come all the way up to standing. Reach up. Maybe look up. Exhale, lower your arms down to your sides. Stay standing, but send your feet out or step your feet out. Mat width apart maybe. Turn your toes out slightly. Your hands could find your hips or come together in front of your heart or your chest. Take an inhale to lengthen your spine, standing nice and tall. And as you exhale, you can start to bend your knees a little or a lot. You can come down into a squat, the deepest squat that you can find. Just keep your knees open. How do those hips feel, those quads? Maybe your triceps or your elbows can touch the insides of your knees just to open them up a little more. Keep the chest proud. Take an inhale and find your way all the way back up to standing, to straight legs. Turn your toes so they're pointing forwards. Inhale, lengthen again. Exhale, start to fold, but this time you can keep your legs fairly straight or you can bend your knees, but we're folding forwards. Your hands might come to your mat. Let your head get heavier. And instead of looking down to your hands or to your mat right underneath your head, maybe you can look between your legs so that your spine and your neck can get a little longer. Letting an inhale, when you're ready, lift you all the way back up to standing. And you can step your feet back in, roll your shoulders back and down. Take a big inhale, reach up. As you exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Plant your hands, step your feet back into down dog, and bring your feet together. As you inhale your right foot up, look forwards and exhale. Bring your foot between your hands. Once you're in a lunge, drop your back heel down and lift up into warrior two. But before you get too comfy in your warrior two, if you've got a block to use today, I want you to just have it over on your left side-ish somewhere between your feet. So we'll bend our front knee, keep our back leg nice and straight. You can add your arms, sinking into those hips. Soften your shoulders. Nice work, you guys. So if you do want to play around a little bit today and you've got a block to use, you can follow along with me. But if you want to stay in warrior two, this is a great place to be for just a few moments. So if you've got a block or that left hand just wants to come down towards the floor, kind of in between your feet, you can bring your hand down, your left hand down. If you have a block, you might have some different heights to work with. And just focus on the legs for a second. Keep the bend through that front leg when it starts to straighten. Let's bend it again. And then you might place your right hand kind of on your front knee. You might start to reach up a little more, twisting in your warrior two. And that's it, just one more inhale. Let the exhale bring you out of your twist first, and then you can lift your upper body up. Nice, you guys. So you can find some length through that front leg now. Find some length through that front leg. Maybe even shorten your stance just slightly, but add your arms back in. And then tip forwards and lower your right hand towards your shin. If you do have a block, you might place it on the outside of that front leg and sweep the left arm up, Trikonasana. Push into your feet, find some nice length, strong legs. Awesome work, you guys. Stay for an inhale, and with the exhale, can we bring our hands down to our mat, all the way down? Spin your back heel up in the process, end up in a lunge, bend your front knee. In your lunge, take an inhale to look forwards. Exhale your back foot to the top of your mat. Inhale for a half lift. Exhale to fold, plant your hands, step back. Downward dog, feet together. Inhale your left foot up. Exhale, send it forwards. Set up your lunge and then drop your back heel down. And then inhale up into your warrior two. Bend that front knee. Strong through the legs. Soften through the shoulders, getting into those hips. So maybe you stay here. Maybe your right hand starts to tip forwards, kind of somewhere in line with those hips. So maybe that is centered on the feet, maybe not quite, but you can place that right hand down somewhere if it feels good to do so. Maybe the left hand finds that front knee. Just keep the bend through that front leg. You can definitely straighten it to see the difference, but then bend it again maybe. And if it feels good to reach up, maybe look up, go for it. One more inhale. And let the exhale bring you back out of your twist. Rise back up, straighten that front leg. Maybe shorten your stance a smidge. Add your arms back in. Tip forwards and then lower your hand down to your shin, to your block. Trikonasana. Reach your right arm up, look up maybe. Breathe. Nicely done, you guys. One more inhale. With the exhale, can you bring your hands down? Can you find your way into a lunge? Lift your heel, bend your front knee. Once you're there, inhale to look forwards a bit and exhale. Your back foot to the top of your mat. Take an inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, fold forwards, plant your hands, step back into downward facing dog. Once you're here, inhale, shift your weight forwards into your plank, maybe lower to your knees. Exhale, halfway or all the way down. Inhale, cobra or up dog, and exhale. Downward facing dog. Awesome, you guys. Let the inhale bring your gaze forward. Exhale, walk your feet to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway up. Exhale, folding forwards. Inhale, all the way up to standing. Reach up, look up maybe. Exhale, lower your hands in front of your heart to your sides and stay standing. We're going to try our yogi squat again. If you've got a block to use today, have it at the top of your mat just in case. Bring your feet out wide, toes out slightly. Hands in front of your heart, to your hips, wherever you want them to be. Take an inhale first and then let the exhale bend your knees. A little, a lot, up to you, but opportunity to play around if you want to, or you can stay in your squat just a little longer. But if you do want, a lot of buts, if you do want to bring your hands down and just try a little crow pose, a little different today. I don't usually do this, but maybe your forehead is going to rest on your block. Just something to try. I don't know. Let's see. Bring your hands about shoulder width apart. Spread your fingertips wide. Kind of bend your fingers a little bit so that they're like little claws helping you balance. You're going to place your knees on the back of your arms, the back of your triceps, close to your armpits. And then maybe start by resting your forehead first. And you don't have to do this part. You don't have to try to rest your forehead on something. But you might. And just a little. The block isn't taking all of your body weight. It's just there for support. And then you can scoot your toes together. And maybe just one foot starts to float. But maybe your block isn't in the right spot. So you might need to move it further away. But try to float your feet into your crow pose. Find your breath. And then just come back down. Come back down as gracefully as you can. Sometimes easier said than done. And if you end up in a yogi squat, awesome. Come all the way back up to standing. Turn your toes to point forwards. All right, so let's fold forwards now with straighter legs. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, tip forwards. If you've got a block, grab it. Maybe you can try to rest your head on it. Maybe you have to bend your knees to make that connection. Instead of resting your forehead, maybe it can be the crown of your head. To help you tuck your chin towards your collarbone a little bit more. Maybe your block is too high. Awesome work, you guys. Just something weird to experiment with. Use an inhale to find your way all the way back up to standing. You can step your feet back in. If you were using a block, move it off to the side too. Roll your shoulders back and down. And inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, fold forwards. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold, plant your hands, step all the way back into downward dog. Walk your feet together. So your big toes together, send your hips nice and high. We're gonna bend our knees and then try to open them up at the same time so that we come down, rest our knees, and we're in child's pose, flipping to the top of the feet, sending the hips back towards the heels and resting the forehead down. Relaxing your arms and your shoulders. Slowing down your breath. Nice, you guys. So let's let our forehead lift back up. And we're going to bring our knees together. All the way together if we can. And we'll sit back towards our heels. And then we're going to try to lower our chest down towards our knees. So maybe you can bring your forehead down. Maybe you're resting on your forearms or your hands. Just bring your knees together and try to lower your chest towards your knees. But before you get too comfy, you can stay here on both of your legs, on both of your knees. Or you can keep your right leg as it is, right under your chest, and maybe slide your left leg back out long. And then see what happens as you start to let your chest come down. Maybe your forehead. And if you brought your left leg back, slowly bring it in. and switch sides. And you might find that it's easier to do one leg at a time. It's easier to let your chest be heavy. Your forehead might even touch your mat when you only have one knee coming towards your chest. And if you have a leg behind you, extend it out long, slowly bring it back, and then try both again at the same time. Try to bring your forehead all the way down. And if your forehead is touching, and you can take the weight out of your arms, maybe place your hands on your low back. Maybe interlace your fingers, encourage your palms together, and lift your hands off of your low back. Keeping your forehead connected to your mat. Feeling the love through the arms and shoulders. And then slowly letting your hands come back down and fall to your sides. And just in a nice little ball. And whenever you're ready to lift your forehead back up, you can lift your hips from your heels, cross your ankles, sit all the way down, find a nice comfy seat. Find a nice long spine. Close your eyes one last time. And bring your hands together in front of your heart. Awesome practice, you guys. Thank you so much for joining me. Enjoy the rest of your day. And until next time, namaste.